Hello everybody, my name is Robert and I'm a technician with the Northern Great Plains Research Laboratory. Today we're going to talk about a very important piece of equipment called a tourniquet, and it just might save your life. The tourniquet consists of three main important parts. That would be the windlass securing clasps, and the friction adapter. The tourniquet is a pretty self-explanatory item. The windlass rotates on top of the tourniquet, tightening it where it then locks into the clasp. The friction adapter, however, can be a little tricky for first-time tourniquet users. It is very important that you familiarize yourself with how to use the friction adapter correctly. But before we talk about how to use a tourniquet, let's talk about when you should use a tourniquet. Because it's harvest season, that means that some of you may be working around potentially harmful equipment, such as combines or tractors. Injuries around these pieces of equipment are not uncommon. If you see blood on somebody who's been injured, evaluate the wound first. If it's a surface cut, there is no need to use a tourniquet. Go ahead and bandage it up using pressure like normal. But in the event that that limb has been separated from the body in any capacity, it's time to use a tourniquet. When using a tourniquet on another person, it is important that you thread the tourniquet strap through both slots in the friction adapter. This will provide enough pressure to stop arterial flow to the appendage. However, if you are the person who is injured, you may not have both hands available to thread the strap through both slots in the friction adapter. In that case, you're going to have to apply it using one slot, and you're going to have to do it one-handed. Start by applying the tourniquet proximal to the bleeding site. You're going to want to take that band and run it through just one of the slots in the friction adapter. Go ahead and pull that band very tightly and then securely fasten the band back on itself. But do not adhere the band past the windlass clasp. Then just go ahead and twist that windlass until the bright red bleeding has stopped. Go ahead and place the windlass inside of the clasp. And I didn't do it here, but you're going to want to take the remaining strap of the tourniquet and go ahead and place it on top of the windlass inside of those straps. Then just secure everything with the white piece of Velcro and write the time on there so medical professionals know when the tourniquet was applied. The procedure for applying a tourniquet to either your own leg or the arms or legs of another person are the same. You'll go ahead and apply the tourniquet just like you would if you were doing it on your arm, except this time you're going to run that strap through both slots of the friction adapter. And then you'll pull it as tight as you can before securing the windlass inside of those clasps. Remember, just like before, you're going to want to take that excess strap and secure it as well. After applying the tourniquet, the most important thing you can do is call 911 and get a real medical professional on the scene to save you or your coworker's life. Some of you may have some fears about tourniquets and may have heard some incorrect information about them. Tourniquets can generally be safely worn up to about 8 hours before causing permanent damage to the limb. A tourniquet, as you now know, is a very valuable piece of medical intervention equipment that just might save a life. You should already have one of these inside of your first aid kit, but if you do not, just see the station safety officer and you can receive one of these. It can be easy to not pay attention to what you're doing, and that's how accidents happen. So let's stay safe out there, everyone.